Good morning and welcome back to Margin. This morning we're going to talk about whether your health impacts your finances. This is part one of a two-part series, so let's jump right into it. So we can easily surmise that our finances impact our health. We've heard that many times over about the level of stress or anxiety that finances bring and how that affects our health. But what about the other way around? Does our health actually impact our personal finances? Does it work the other way around? Part of how we are educated comes from being required to attend school, being required to spend a certain amount of time with certain people growing up. But have you ever thought about where you got your health habits from? And is it something that was just picked up along the way as do's and don'ts, or have you intentionally continued to learn about specific aspects of your health? So for some of us, this continued learning may be a bit inconsistent, as it was not necessarily our focus until maybe our metabolism slowed down, or maybe we started gaining weight, or it was harder to lose weight, or someone close to us had a health scare of some kind. We don't typically fight for overall health until we have something that's an external catalyst really motivating us to do so. So we may have experienced that health scare or experienced it ipso facto through someone else. Or maybe we have an upcoming wedding or an upcoming marathon that we want to run, or maybe a family or high school reunion we want to attend. That actually gets us motivated to look and feel our best. Now, although we may be motivated to get in shape because of key events in order to meet that special someone or some other event in life, have you ever thought about whether getting into shape actually impacts your personal finances and whether that's a motivating factor to get into shape? And I think the question may be easier to answer than we may think. So much like a positive feedback loop or the tendency for decisions to compound, how you see yourself through the lens of your health can cause you to have a confirmation bias or maybe even a recency bias, meaning that you may have tried one thing or another with no success, or you see others not succeed around you. And so therefore, that diet or lifestyle that you've tried or someone else has tried that you haven't seen results on, you ditch. So these biases can then jade us against finding out what actually works for us individually rather than collectively. And we actually can hone in and focus on what works for us. Now, of course, you need to take ownership over your own health. You can't be punting it from a standpoint of just saying, well, I tried this, and oh well. You need to make sure that you're not allowing the biases you have seen around you to stop you in your tracks. And I do understand that there's aspects of people's health that can feel like an encumbrance, seemingly holding you back from feeling like you're in control of your health. And I get that. So there's autoimmune diseases and all kinds of other things that people have no control over. And I get that. But I believe your finances can be very much so the same, if not more prevalent, in that if you've seen a budget not work for you or the people around you, or that you have a lack of ability to get ahead, or you've seen other people not have an ability to get ahead, or you have a perpetual underemployment or are influenced by that level of control that you feel like you've lost over your finances, it can seem as though it's daunting and not worth putting your time, energy, and effort into figuring out. So all this to say, living a healthy lifestyle may not prevent you from getting an autoimmune disease. It may not also prevent the existence or the struggle associated with depression or anxiety. It also may not fix the health issues caused by your previous habits, the perpetual aspects that you have to deal with because of those decisions. And it may not also fix, of course, the hereditary genes that you were born with. But living a healthy lifestyle does put the odds in your favor instead of against you in combating these areas. So I believe that your overall outlook on life, your health, your nutrition, your overall wellness is directly correlated to living the lifestyle that would be most fulfilling for you. Oftentimes, we overlook the habits that are impacting our health and ability to do certain activities, which end up having a compound effect on us. And that compound effect then affects other components of our lives and our finances. They are very much so dovetailed together. They're very much so tied in together. So for example, I know this firsthand. Being effective at work can be a drug of sorts. It can be an addiction of sorts. As you become more and more valuable to the organization that you work for and less intentional about actually taking care of what you need in your health to have the right health. Now, we can oftentimes put the needs of our employers ahead of our personal needs. I've done this. I've seen this firsthand. And the issue lies in the fact that we are the ones that have to live with the long-term ramifications of those decisions, not the employers that employ us. So although you may feel that pressure to give your employer your all, and I am not saying that you should not be fully dedicated while you're there for the purpose of what they hired you for. But the truth of the matter is that you will leave employment with that organization that you work for. You will either move on to a new job or to start a business. You'll get fired or laid off. But no matter how you leave, you'll leave at some point. So being mindful of the lifestyle you're living as to ensure that it is sustainable is especially important. If this information is helpful to you, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're reminded to come back on a daily basis and improve in managing your personal finances. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.